Happy New Year, Capricorn. We are in 2021, finally after 2020. Oh my goodness, what a year. Now, there's benefits from that slowdown that you felt could have been frustrating for you last year. We're going to take a look at that, where all that energy was kind of like pent up here. And for you, that Saturn and Jupiter that you see, which now has moved into your second house, it was all here in your first house with Pluto. So your personalities for the last year, while Jupiter was there, you had a want, a wish, a need to kind of expand, because that's what Jupiter does. You know, it's a supersized planet. Wherever it touches, it expands that area of your life. And so you might have felt restricted because Saturn was there, right? And Pluto was there. You know, you were all caught up with, the media, the news, and everything that you could do and what you couldn't do. Brought a little bit anxiety for some of you, but you know what? The good news is that we are looking at the best period of the next 12 years opening up for you right now. And what is that? That is Jupiter. Take a look at that. Moving into your income sector. Second house is all about the money that you make, right? Money that you receive. And Jupiter will open up the doors. It will bring in more money for you. And of course, we just want to splurge. We feel that, ooh, now we can, right? Which is a good thing. You probably have a lot of earmarked things that you would like to do. Go with that. But Jupiter will also want to spend money, and not just bring it in, it will spend. So, but then again, you will know what to do with it. Saturn, on the other hand, is a little bit more cautious, a little bit more sober. So Saturn will look for you how to wisely use that money. So what you get back from it in return is something that you'll be happy with. Jupiter, takes 12 years to move around the chart once, right? So it's been 12 years. This year, you're going to be allowing yourself to grow financially, to be the money magnet that you are and can be, if this is all used right. And thank God, actually, that Saturn is with you, because 12 years ago, Saturn was not with Jupiter. Well, it visited this area. It is there now. So whatever you expanded with 12 years ago, you might have just splurged it. Yeah, live for the day, right? Seize the day. But Saturn this time around is cautious, saying, okay, you could spend this, but think ahead. Saturn is very sober, but Saturn is also the taskmaster. Saturn is what matures us, right? Think about the rings of Saturn. It kind of holds closely. So Saturn's going to be in this area for 2.5 years. Oops. My mouse just flew. There we go. For 2.5 years. So you'll have ample time to look at where the money and the income is at, where it's going, and so forth, and maybe even create more of it, where Jupiter is going to be, sweeping through the rest of your chart. So, but this is a turning point. This is a great turning point. It was 29 years ago since Saturn visited this area. And however you did it back in the day, and you might want to go back in your memory lane, right? If you did it wisely about saving money and putting some aside, if you did that, you've been in a good place these 28 last years, because Saturn gave you the ability to look at that. If not, well, then you might have been struggling, and that's why you were struggling, right? So get it right this time, so the next 28, 29 years will be good for you, especially with this fantastic start Saturn in this area has, with the support and the companion of Jupiter to supersize this possibility. I love it. I really do, for you, Capricorn, because I know that you're so dedicated with whatever you do. Most of you hold very long-term goals and whatnot, and you stick to it and so forth. So whatever's coming to you now, it's not just falling in your lap. It might feel like it when it comes, because it can come from out of nowhere. However, don't be fooled. I know just how much you have worked for it. You deserve every single cent and penny that you get, because it is hard-earned. Now, We're also going to be looking at what is Mars going to do in 2021. And I'm going to focus on Mars. Why? Because that is our primal energy engine, right? It's what gets us up in the morning. It's what keeps us moving towards our goals. It's our physical drive. And for 8 months, it will be moving through your chart. No, sorry, for 12 months, it will be moving through 8 sections of your chart. It's not going to go fully around. Actually, it takes Mars 2 years to complete one cycle. And think about this, though. It wasn't just Corona that slowed us down. We did have the retrogrades of the planets in 2021. Nearly all of them went retrograde, meaning they go to sleep and there's not much action. But Mars normally takes 6 weeks to go through one sign or one area of our chart. Mars went asleep for nearly 6 months to conclude the journey in your home area, home and family. This is where you were stuck with having to work with, interact with family members, or home situations, anything home related, projects and so forth. Maybe you were undergoing a lot of, shall I say, restructuring, rebuilding, remodeling, and maybe that was very slow, or you weren't too happy with how that worked out. Others of you just felt that there was a lot of Marsy energy that took place. But, you know, the good thing is that you have now set the score straight. By the time of January kicks in, Mars will be at 27 degrees, okay? Nearly done. Wrapping it up. So from January 7th to March 5th, Mars will be moving through your 5th house. Now, this is such a wonderful place, and why is that? Mars is the area of having fun, all right? Doing the things that you enjoy to do, right? It's self-expression, it's creativity, it's also children. Some of you will interact more with your children or them with you. It's the hobbies that we have, it's the businesses that we create and so forth, but it's also romance. So, Capricorn, romantically, January 7th through March 5th, this will be a great time to feel romantic. If you're wanting to be out and about to date, meet new people, oh, you are it. You are the magnet here at this time. It's not necessarily talking about long-term relationships. That's more up here in the 7th house. We'll get to that. But for new beginnings and so forth, and just being a little flirty, having fun, oh, Mars is good for that. Then from March 5th to April 24th, you're going to be looking at your day-to-day routine and how that has worked for you. If it's up and running in a good way, you know, no problem. That's a no-brainer. Mars will just carry on and be very energetic here. If you feel that your daily routine, due to last year's, you know, slowdown and everything, and it got you maybe cropped up with being online a lot, flipping through your social media, stealing hours of your day, and you're at a point where you're thinking, I can't waste time. Time is too valuable. Well, Mars is going to help you shift your routine here so you can be more productive, up and running, dedicated, and determined on how to work your day to be successful without waste. And also, the 6th house rules our health. How is your health? Have you been neglecting it? You know, it's been 2 years since Mars was there. So he's just kind of checking in, saying, hey, do you need to start looking at your diet, what you're eating? Do you need to start working out again? Do you need to trim? And so forth. And I think we all have put on some Corona weight. Right? So this is what this period is going to be good for you until that of April 24th. Then we move, Capricorn, into the 7th house here of relationships, long-term relationships. For those of you who are already in a long-term partnership, this will be the time where you can breathe more fire back into the relationship. You might feel that your partner, that he or she will be bringing more energy your way, but definitely a lot of interaction. And I feel that this is a time for you to nurture your partner. It's in the sign of Cancer. Cancer loves to nurture, but it's also you asking, am I being nurtured enough, right? And if not, well, Mars is going to express that to your partner and say, hey, I would really appreciate this or that, and so forth. So you will have those conversations that can actually set your long-term relationship in a way where it's going to be tweaked and set for the next 2 years until Mars comes back around, giving you this extra time, 6 weeks, of refining what a long-term relationship is for you. And of course, we always have to work on it. But Mars will be busy in other areas of your chart, may not pay that much attention to your partner, or you may not be the center of attention like you are right now. So make this work. Trust me, it will just make your whole year that much better. Then moving into Leo, Mars, June 11th through July 30th. Now, the 8th house is also about money, but not like the 2nd house of your income, money coming to you. It's more about savings. How do I save money? How do I grow my money? The money that's already there, right? So stocks, bonds, investments, that kind of thing. Inheritances, your 401k, that kind of thing. It's also a time where you can achieve mortgages. If you're thinking you're wanting to move and you need to have a mortgage or refinance, this would be the best time of the year to go do that, because you're going to have that extra focus where Mars is saying, I'm going to complete this mission while the energy is there supporting me. So boom, boom, boom. Great time for that. Plus, you will be looking at the shared resources between you and your partner. Is it fair? Are you getting the long or the short end of the stick, right? How does it balance? So you're going to have money talks, and I think that is good. It's really setting it up for you so that you can really, achieve a better balance and harmony down the road from it. July 30th to September 16th, Capricorn, 9th house. Ooh, you are going to be desiring to what? Travel. Long distance travel, maybe out of country, right? Or to a place that you've never been before. The 9th house is all about foreign people, foreign places, but it's also about wanting to learn something new. So maybe you're signing up for a class or going back to college, learning and teaching. Maybe you have all these skills, knack and know-how, wisdom that you might want to be sharing outwardly. And that is a good thing, because the 9th house is the philosophical house. It's about spirit. It's about knowledge, wanting to know, the need to share. So this is a time where you can really get on with it. And it's also preparing. Mars is preparing for where it's landing up next in your 10th house for career. So maybe you're taking a little crash course or something that can set you up so that you can be more successful now in the period of September 16th to October 31st, which is the top of your career this year in 2021. This is where Mars is going to be super active, where you're focused, getting what it is you want, those goals that you want, that you've been working for throughout the whole year, in your career. Mars is really going to go after it. And this is a great time, Capricorn, to talk to your supervisor, talk to your boss, whoever is in charge, right, for that promotion that that you deserve. If it's been slow in coming, it's 2 years ago Mars was there, the last opportunity. If that hasn't been coming, you might be the one to bring it up and be bold enough to touch upon that subject. Good for you. But I think it will come all on its own, because we can see how this year is going to be expanding your income, so you are going to be making more money. So I'm not worried about it. It's going to be a great, great year for that. October 31st to December 11th. Ooh, the 11th house, which is all about your hopes and dreams. Whatever hopes and dreams you've been, collecting throughout the year, it is a month of manifestation. Mars is going to be receiving it. It will be putting it out there. It will be dynamically wanting to get ahead, right? It's also your circle of friends, your tribe, and so forth. You're going to be very active. There might be several events coming in that you're going to be either participating in or arranging. You know, you're the one taking action. You're the one with the Mars. So you might be arranging certain events at this time. And I think it's going to be very lovely. It's deep, very heartfelt. Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, right? And that means that you're going to feel a deeper connection with your tribe, with your friends, sharing those things that you normally hold very close to heart. You know, you're very private in some ways there, Capricorn. Think about Saturn. You know, you got those rings of self-protection, and then Scorpio here in your circle of friends. Those who know you very well, they know your inner depth. The others don't really, but this is a time where you are going to deepen those things that are really, truly important to you, and you can, you know, tie new bonds, stronger bonds at this period. Then towards the end of the year, October 31st to, December 14th, sorry, throughout the rest of the year, we're dipping into the 12th house. Now, that means you're going to need to rest up a little bit. Think about it. Mars has been busy. Look at this. Been running around your chart for 2 years, doing its thing. Coming to this point where it's saying, I'm going to rest up right now. Right? So you're going to feel a little bit more, I won't say lethargic. I will say that you're going to make choices where you're just going to want to feel like you want to veg. And this is at a very busy time of the year, mind you. I mean, holiday season and all that, right? Running around, getting presents and so forth. Mars won't feel that motivated. So start early. Do that in November if you can, because it's needing to reflect on what you achieved through that 2-year cycle. It's resting up, you know, loading your batteries again, because once it hits here over your rising sign and coming into your first house, you're going to be up and running and very, very dynamically showing the world what you're all about and what your new goals are, because you're starting into a new 2-year cycle, and you're coming across with this energy of, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. You know, this presentation of self, the first house is all about self, is going to be very powerful. That is you. You know, speaking your mind, showing your true colors, right? Which is going to be lovely. So you're going to start year 2022 with flying colors, you know. So, yeah, this is why I always do say, Capricorn, listen, not just to this reading. This is your solar sun sign reading. But if you know that moon sign you were born under and your rising sign, you got 3 readings that you can listen to. It will behoove you, especially when you're seeing the changes of Jupiter. We know in this chart, you're expanding your finances. But in the other 2 charts, you will have other areas where you're going to be expanding in the same way. And you don't want to miss out on that. So do find out and then go listen to those readings. And of course, listen to your partner. Where is your partner going to be transforming, expanding? That will behoove you, because, you know, when it rains, it pours, and some of it might happen to rain on you. So listen, thank you for listening. I will see you next month, Capricorn. Have a good one now.